Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Hello and welcome to another episode of NSE FinWiz. This week we travel to XLRI in Jamshedpur to find out how aspiring professionals and students are planning their investments.
XLRI Xavier School of Management is an Indian private school for management education based in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. Established in 1949 as the Xavier Labour Relations Institute, XLRI is acknowledged as India's oldest business management school. Ranked among the top 5 business schools in India, XLRI offers esteemed flagship courses in business management, personnel management, human resource management, global MBA, short-term course in general management, and doctoral fellow programs. Among many other factors, XLRI's mission to offer an enriching learning experience to aspiring managers has been unbeatable and consistent. Focusing on our theme for the series, NSE FinWiz visited XLRI in Jamshedpur to gauge thoughts and notions of the young students on investments and financial planning.
Probably after XLRI and after having secured a substantial amount of capital, I would probably want to invest in certain stocks which will provide me a good return in future.
I would start by investing in real estate because that is one area I think it's going to be like stable for the next few years.
So after all your liabilities like EMIs, loans and all those, after they are deducted, so the amount that you have left, so that basically is the amount that you would plan to invest. So I would think that as we take more loans and EMIs and we start living on the edge, it starts decreasing the amount that you plan on investing.
If I was to invest with real money, I would look at my risk return profile, and if I'm bullish on the market that is currently prevailing in India, I would invest in the equities.
I would probably start off with something that is more fixed, like an fixed deposit, some securities of sorts. Gradually, I'd improve upon the risk factor, because that would obviously give me a more better returns.
We have an organization called Student Fund on campus which publishes reports on what stocks would be best to hold, what to sell and what to buy. So we currently had a Student Fund report on the automobile sector which says that automobile sector is poised to grow at a good rate in the coming fiscal quarters. So I wanted to ask the experts if this analysis is true, and if so, what are the best companies to buy and what are the best companies to sell?
Okay, so warm welcome to students of XLRI Jamshedpur. Okay, we have our expert, Mr. Harshvardhan Rungta, a certified financial planner with Rungta Securities, and he's going to tell you how small steps in financial planning can have a big impact in your lives. So, Harsh, if you can start with why is it important for students at this young age? Why is it important for them to think about investments?
Well, Veena, if you look at financial planning, it is said that if you start well, you're half done. You really don't want to go halfway into your plan and then realize there is something amiss and then you start all over again. You wasted a lot of time. So when you talk about investing, when you talk about financial planning, time is really an asset which you need to preserve carefully. If I may share an example with you, okay, which gives you an idea about how time and how power of compounding can actually impact one's corpus that he accumulates over a period of time. Let me share this with you. You are all individuals right now pursuing your education. The moment you complete your education, you're going to be working and you're going to be earning some income for yourself. You really need to know that in case you're going to delay your financial planning, what is the impact that is going to have on you. Let me share an example with you, and we've shared this example on several occasions. The only reason I repeat that with you is that you will get an idea of what I'm going to try and say. Suppose you start a job. You start investing. Okay, the first thing that you do is you pick up 1,000 rupees that you get from your income, which I believe all of you will be able to afford. And suppose you start investing for long term. You say, this is 1,000 rupees I'm not getting in my hand anymore. You invest it, set it aside for a period of say 30 years. If you were investing in an equity asset class and we assume a return that you will get will be around 14% compounded, this 1,000 over a period of 30 years will accumulate to become a corpus of 54 lakhs. In case you decide, okay, now I've just started my job, let me just enjoy myself. I believe, live in the moment. Why should I save now? I don't have money to save. Okay, that may be your attitude. I will start saving once I get a little more stable into my career. Suppose you wasted 5 years and you started investing 5 years hence from when you should have. So now you have 25 years to invest, right? And we assume the same 14% return that you generate on your corpus, on your investments. The corpus at the end of 25 years as against 30 years. Okay, 30 years was 54 lakhs. The corpus that you will accumulate after 25 years will be 26.5 lakhs. A delay of 5 years is going to set back your corpus by 50%. So that's the power of compounding.
Okay, so we'll start with one of the major assets that I think a lot of the students would know, would be aware of, is equities. So how do you think that they can go about investing in equities, and what is it that they should really know to just begin with if they're beginning with?
Well, see, the first thing, equities is a very important asset class to have in your portfolio. But also remember, equities are an asset class only if you can stay invested for more than 10 years. So in case you have any requirement which is less than 10 years, you should not choose to invest into equities. So the idea is you have to invest into an asset class which beats inflation.
When we start early, at that time we might not have so much experience and knowledge of financial investments, right? So we might have more risk than what we would eventually have 5 years down the line. So how do you cater to that? That if we invest in a wrong asset or a wrong subset of that asset, we might end up losing our money. So how to cater to that?
See, well, it's a very good question. I understand that you've already started, you've actually moved to a situation where you have already started imagining that you're investing. So which is a very nice thing. Now you must understand when you invest, okay, there is something called an asset allocation. Say suppose you want to invest 10,000 rupees a month. You will obviously not put the entire 10,000 rupees into any one asset class. What I mean when I say asset class, equity is an asset class, debt is an asset class, gold is an asset class, real estate is an asset class. So you're not going to invest everything into one asset class. You need to have a balance. And you need to diversify your investments into different asset classes. Then the second question comes is, as I mentioned, you have to keep in mind your goals. Okay? If you have goals which are only 5 years from now, then 100% of investments can also go into debt. Because you cannot afford to invest into equities because you need the money only after 5 years.
Okay, but I'm sure that the students also want to know what are the pitfalls that come in when you invest. I mean, it's easier said than done, but what are the pitfalls that they have to take care of?
See, well, Veena, what I'm more apprehensive and what's scaring me away is that when you get into your job, invariably we've seen a habit with individuals that the money comes in, you worked hard for it, the money that comes in, you tend to spoil yourself. That's the first thing that you do.
So you're talking about the spending patterns.
Absolutely.
So they have to be also careful of how they spend.
Absolutely. In fact, how do you spend is a very important aspect of financial planning. When we talk about financial planning, it does not only mean investing. It also means how prudently you can execute your expenses. You need to budget. You need to make sure that the investments that you're doing is not causing a burden on your finances. Because if you start investing and you overcommit yourself, and then you realize that your expenses are much more than what you can save to invest, then there is a problem again. So financial planning is a holistic view of your finances, not only your investing. So what I'm more concerned, and I'd like to address that issue right now, is that when you start earning, make sure you do not overspend on any particular luxuries or something that you would want to spoil yourself with.
You're watching NSE Finviz Season 2. A lot more coming up after the break. Stay tuned.